Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're going to continue working on part 18 of this house build. Let's get started. So in the last video, we were able to finish our model. Now, we're going to create the sheets. So what I want to do first is go to ground floor and go to here. We're going to create a camera view so that we could use that for our cover sheet. So I'm going to click right here, and then this will be the view range. And as you can see, we have our model. And then now what I want to do is click on find, and then the visual to be realistic. And then after that, we're going to go here and then actually we're gonna go manage, and what I want to do is every time I want to open this project, I want this to be my starting view. So I'm gonna click this one, and then I'm gonna select this because this is the name of it, 3D view number 1. So I'm gonna select that. After this, scroll down on your project browser, and then we have sheets here. Right click, and then click on new sheet. We have A1 metric right here. If we load and go to the main, we have different title blocks right here. A0 metric, A1, and then I'm going to use A0 metric. So I'm gonna choose that. It will start with A101. I'm going to change this to ACD. This is project house first, and then this will be cover sheet. Okay, and then after that, right click again, new sheet, and then I'm gonna keep on choosing A0 metric, and we're going to create at least 5 of this one. If we check how many we did already, we have 4. And then, as you remember, I have this one. You can select this and change this one. So we'll do this one first. Floor. And then, even if you don't go here, you can also change it on this sheet once you select that sheet. So second floor, and then we have elevation, and then another elevation. And then after that, let's go to cover sheet. And remember that 3D view that we created, we can render that. So if you go to view and then click render, we have different settings here. Of course, draft is the most common and the default. And this one, it's a lot faster because the quality is not that great, but at least you will see the look of your rendering. And then of course, once you choose custom best or whatever right here, it will be creating a lot of time depending on the quality that you selected. So here I'm just gonna leave it at draft, and then I'm gonna click on render. Let's leave it for now, and usually it's just gonna be a couple of seconds. So once it's done, as you can see, it rendered as draft. You can add exposure, and then with this you can make it darker, and then the highlights, shadows. So depending on your situation or the setup that you did, you can click apply, and as you can see, and then you can even reset it. So once you press OK, it's either you want to export it to different file. So you can select JPEG, PNG, TIFF, or bitmap. For me, I'm just gonna save it to the project. In terms of naming, it's up to you what you want to rename it. So after that, it will create a rendering sheet right here, a folder. So I'm gonna go to cover sheet, and then I'm going to drag and drop, and then select that. I don't want any of those view title, and then you can double click, and then you can expand it. And then after that, let's go to schedule, right click on that, new sheet list. What I want is sheet number first, and then sheet name, and then press OK. And then go back here, and you'll be able to drag that sheet list right here. Of course, it doesn't look nice yet, so we're going to edit. And then here, select the appearance, and what I don't want is the blank space. And then you can set up the different size, so title text, header, and then the body. And then press OK, and then here we can put is drawing list. And then once we go to cover sheet, we'll be able to expand this one. So now it's good. And then the good thing about this is you don't need to worry about anything. If you change any sheet number or sheet name, it will instantly reflect on this drawing list. Even if you add another sheet right here, it will instantly reflect here. So we're good with the cover sheet. Let's go to first floor, and then here we're going to drag level 1. If you see it, 1 is to 100. It's kind of small, so I'm gonna undo that. And then go to level 1, and then change the scale here. So I'm gonna do 1 is to 50, and I'm going to crop this. So I'm gonna check all of this, and then crop it to my desired space, or this desired area that I want to show. So once you're happy with this, you can uncheck this so that it doesn't show, and then you can just drag and drop here. In case you want to still crop it, you can still do that. Even if you crop it from here, the grid lines will follow along, as you can see. Even here, it feels like it's too much, so I'm gonna drag it. So now it looks good right there. Most of the time I put it right here, and then I add detailed line. So I'm going to put 10, and then 10, and then add a square or a rectangle so that I have those border walls, so that it will look professional. And then I'm going to remove this and then put this one right here. And if you notice, I don't want the level 1 name to show here, but instead I want it to be first floor. So it's either you change it here, first floor, and it will reflect here, or you just want to change it from here. So if you just want to change it there, you can change it right here. So first floor, select that and then click apply, and then you can grab this one so that it fits right there. For the border wall, I'm going to click on tab and then copy to clipboard, because once we go to second floor, I just want to keep on adding that. So just go to modify again, paste, current view. So we have that. We don't need to create that anymore. And similar to level 1, we already know that we need to scale it to 1:50 and then crop this one, so that we just need to drag and drop. And then after that, go to second floor, drag level 2 right about there, and then you can fix this one so that it doesn't show too much. And then here, select and add it there. Select the view again so that you will be able to change the name. Second floor, and then click apply. And then select this view again so that you can change the tail. So now that's looking good right there. Next thing is the elevation. So we have 2 elevation sheets. So we have 4 of them. So here I'm going to paste align to current, because I know it's gonna be like this. So I'm gonna see elevation east first. It's too small, so I'm going to make it big. So 1:50. Crop it. And then here, I want to change it to fine, shaded, and then go to graphic display. If you want the background to be gradient or sky, you can do so. Or what I want to do is gradient. And then you want to make sure that you push this all the way up to the top. And if you have time and you want to make it nice, you can select this one so that it doesn't go over. So that's good there. Go to north, do the same thing. 1:50. Put this one to 5. Shaded. Crop. And you want to make sure that nothing is overlapping. So you look for the level. So click on tab. And then make sure to select that elbow. And then now let's look at it. So go to elevation, select east, and drop it there. Want to make sure that you put it outside. but that's usually depending on your company and how they like it to show. And then here, let's just copy, pull it down a little bit, and then go to north. And then add this one right here. And then fix. So now we're going to copy both of this. And then copy to clipboard. Because we're going to go to the last elevation. And then paste it to current view. But we still need to clean this up. So 1:50. But I forgot if I put gradient here, so looks like it I forgot. So let's go to graphic display, and then background is gradient. And then go to south, find shaded, then background gradient, and then crop it. And then crop it like this. And then you want to make sure that you add that elbow right there. And then let's do the last elevation. Find shaded, background to gradient, click apply, and then go to extend under properties, check all of this, and then crop it. And then here, select the level, and then put an elbow here so that it doesn't overlap for the information on level 1. And then now just drag and drop as well. And then put the title outside like this. Select the view so that you can change the line. This one we can nudge it into place. Select this one and then select the view again so that to clean up the line. And then why not, let's add another drawing or another sheet, asymmetric. If we go to cover sheet, it created that instantly, just like I said. And then here we could do section. So now let's go to section, double click on that, but let's go back to level 1 to see where we placed our section. So here I'm gonna put the section all the way to here. Okay, and then here I'm going to put this one somewhere here. So now if we go to section, you have section 1 and section 2. So here we could just move it up like that. Clean up a bit so that nothing is overlapping. All information are being shown. 1:50. Fine. We can leave it like this. And it's already cropped. So that's nice. Go section. 1:50. Fine. And then it's already cropped. We just need to pull this one a little bit and make sure that all levels are being shown properly. And then now we just need to go to section, paste current view, and then section 1 right here, and then section 2. And then here we could just clean it up. And then, for example, if you want to do some callouts, so let's add in another sheet. New sheet, asymmetric, and then I'm gonna choose, or I'm gonna name it as callout. And then you could go to, for example, level 1, and then go to insert, or I think annotation. Insert. Actually, it's in view. Sorry. So go to go that, and then, for example, you want to create a view here for the stairs, and then, for example, you want the kitchen. You can do so, and then you want to flip this so that it doesn't bother all some of or some of the information, and then go to second floor and then add as well. So rectangle, I want this ensuite, and then maybe flip this one right there, and then another one, maybe the bedroom, and then put this one right here. And if you notice, the section heads are automatic, so wherever you put it, it will automatically add those information. So you just need to create those callouts. So here we have callout number 1. I believe this is stairs. Then callout number 2, I believe this one is the kitchen. And then here is the ensuite. So I'm just naming it now. And then this one is the bedroom. And then now you just need to go to the sheet. I'm going to add this lines right here, or this border lines, and then you just need to add all of those information. Then let's add more. CEO, and then we have kitchen, and then we have bedroom first, and then ensuite. Then here we could just hide this for now, so that we could add this one nicely. And then just fixing all those title right there. And then the lines. And then let's not forget to add rooms. So for example, about the room, we have room here, the stairs, but we have room separators here. I think where's the room separator? Right here. So I'm going to go from this wall to this wall, so it separates this one. So you can put entrance stairs. This will be powder room. And then here, room separator again. From here to this wall, so that it closed. And then we have this part right here that we need to separate, and then separate here. So now we could just put in room after room name. And then this one, of course, kitchen, dining, living, and then this will be family. And then this will be our laundry. And then go to level 2, and then we could just add the room as well. So here, ensuite, walk-in closet, ensuite, bedroom 1, this is washroom 1, walk in closet 2, and then this one as well. So now let's just, I'm just gonna move this one, and then once we're done, let's go and print it. So click print here, and what you want to do is combined, but we need to select our sheets. So you want to make sure once you select the sheet, it will create a separate. It went from combined to separate, so you want to make sure to put it back to combine. After that, go here, select, and uncheck this one, and then here only all the sheets. So I'm gonna check all, and I'm gonna save a preset. So this will be my full set, and then it's up to you. For example, if you want, check none. For example, you have something, this will be save as addendum 1. So you can create different preset depending of what you need. So here I will have full set, and I'm gonna save that. And then after that, press OK, and then just save it to your desktop. House. And then the result is like this. So as you can see, we have our cover sheet right here, drawing list. We created two more. So as you can see, we didn't even need to go back and check, because we already know that it's going to be automatic. First floor, second floor, the two elevation, we added sections, so two sections, and then we added call out. And as you can see, we have those call outs as well added. So thank you for watching and hope you liked the video. Please hit like and subscribe. Feel free to comment down below.